had one. Oh, select existing broadcast. Oh, well, whatever. Here we go again. Well, we've been live the whole time I've been saying that. Whole time I've been talking. What do you got there? Click it. Well, then what is going on with that? What's up with that? What? No, it says it's live. Oh, it's because I screwed up. Do you have your speakers on? No. You look weirder crawling around back there than just acting like a human. Anyway, hello everybody. Thanks for stopping by Ask a Specialist Live. I'm pretty sure no one will show up unless you just happen to randomly click on this link, since there's not a lot of information out there about it. My name's William Carroll. Who am I? I'm the host. I also am learning what to do here for this channel, so bear with me as I get the ums and ahs out. Today we're going to be talking about the website, vets.com, some of the stuff about the PACT Act that you need to know. Maybe it's a little late in the game to find out. If you're watching this video and you're finding out about the PACT Act, you got 24 hours left, so good luck. But at least it's a Monday, so the VA offices will be open for you to file. You can also file disability online. So talk about that really quick. We'll talk about Travis King and some thoughts and opinions about him, just because he's a hot topic in the news and my wife mentioned him. Also, I thought there was this really cool feature that the VA has added to their website. It's a chat bot, which isn't really functional. It's in beta, but I wrote an article about it on vets.com. As you can see here, it's this one here with this poorly drawn little guy. So if you want to check that out, stop by vets.com, but we'll go over it a little bit in this video. We're also open to any questions that you might have. So anybody that has a question that I'm like thinking, oh no, now my wife's gonna feel compelled to ask at least one question or something. That's not necessary. And then I was gonna go over a little bit about some of the stuff about the PACT Act and some of the progress that's been made. But first of all, this is the website vets.com. Stop by. Maybe you've stopped by accidentally. A lot of people that stop by are looking for the VA, and that's because they share a similar website name, and there was a ETS brief that was telling soldiers that were ETSing, I think particularly in the Air Force and Navy, to register with the VA by going to vets.com, which is us, and we do not do that. So hopefully I've updated the website enough and information has gotten around enough to where people will go to the correct website, which is vets.gov, or va.gov, which is clearly the better choice. The vets.gov is just a redirect to the VA. So here you can see we have news and opinion, which I update as often as I can, but really we're looking for people to help out with that. So if you notice on the website, there's a little volunteer link here. So if that's something you're interested in doing, something cool, we just got approved for some affiliates. So if you're looking for vitamins, internet security, boots, or compliance training, which is like maybe you're looking for a certificate and you don't know where to go, well, I'll write an article about each one of these so that way they're like make more sense, but they're also they're also in the article. So hey, that's cool. If you click on that and end up buying something, then we'll get some money. So it's our first venture into advertising, putting ads on the site, which we don't use Google ads, so they're not targeted to you. But hopefully we pick up companies that are willing to work with us that you'll find relevant, and I'm going to do my best to put them on articles where it makes sense for them to be, although it's a little haphazard right now as I'm trying to figure that out. Anyway, let's go on to the PACT Act. So the latest things about the PACT Act are so something that I didn't understand until this month, so I'm a little too late to really help anybody, was that if you file for people were asking me, how do I file for the PACT Act? And I was like, you don't have to file. It's already part of your service record. So there's no place to file for it. And I was right about that. What I didn't know until this month was that there was a retroactive disability claim benefit to the signing of the PACT Act. So if you filed a disability claim for something that you believe is linked to toxic air exposure, your benefits normally would be retroactive on your approval, and your rating would go back to the day that you file your claim. With the PACT Act stuff, it goes all the way back to August 9th of 2022. August 10th. It was signed into law on August 9th. So all you have to do is start a claim, and then if you don't know what you're going to file your claim for, or if you don't know exactly what to do from there, like what doctor's appointments do you need, what else of this and that and the next thing, what medical files can you pull together, you have until tomorrow at midnight to... Is it tomorrow at midnight? I'm pretty sure. Let me double check this. Before midnight on Monday, August 14th. Yeah, so before midnight. So all you have to do is do an intent to file for PACT Act benefits. So the PACT Act benefits are things that are related to toxic air exposure, like sinusitis, pleurisy, lung cancer, different types of stomach cancers. There's a whole list of them, which you can find by visiting the VA PACT Act website. Let me double check this to make sure. There's a list somewhere. This is the same. What is that? Yeah, leave. Is that what the heck? Yes. Okay. So I probably could find this on my website easier. Well, the important thing is that you need to submit an intent to file, and the submitting an intent to file is very easy. The symptoms and things that you're dealing with, the illnesses that you have, can come later. You can finish it. You get 1 year to finish it. So if you can submit an intent to file, if you're watching this video now and you still haven't done that, you can do it tomorrow, and you have a year from that date for that claim to be open. And if you get it in by tomorrow, which is August 14th, before midnight, then the back pay from if your claim gets approved will go all the way back to August 10th, 2022. If you don't, and you finally file for it, well, you'd still be under the PACT Act care, but any pay that you get will be from that date that you did your intent to file, which would be August 15th or later. So that's something that I wish I had understood a little bit more sooner, because people would ask me, like, where do I file? I was like, I don't know. You don't need to file. Why do you ask that question? Well, you don't need to file for the PACT Act. Again, you just need to file for your disability benefits that you believe are related to the PACT Act, and the presumptive conditions will either be a part of the package or not. And that's all good and well. So let's talk about Travis King. I don't really have a lot to say about him. I don't really care, to be honest. My wife thinks the military's doing him a disservice by not trying harder to get him back, right? Yeah. So although I found this article interesting, this is from the Daily Beast. So I don't know if you trust the Daily Beast. I don't really know if I trust the Daily Beast. I don't read it, but when I typed in Travis King, and the most recent article about him was from this Daily Beast. And I thought it was funny because according to the Daily Beast and according to the Messenger, which is where they're saying they got this source from, the U.S. Forces Korea had already classified him as an embarrassment to the United States. But I don't know what he did. I know that he was in trouble. He had been preparing to return to the U.S. to face Army disciplinary action after spending 2 months behind bars in South Korea. But instead of going back to face his punishment, he fled to North Korea through the demilitarized zone, willfully and without authorization, according to the Pentagon. So, that was his choice to me. I don't know how North Korea is going to treat him. I don't know if they're going to treat him like a prisoner of war. I know that I think the military's main interest in getting him back will probably be so that way he can face his charges more so than, rescuing him as though he's some kind of POW or something. So that's the one spokesperson said that in order to not interfere with our efforts to get him home, we will not go into details at this time. So they're using classified communications, which just probably means they're using, secret. I doubt that his stuff is top secret. Maybe it is, but most military messaging about anything that's operational is classified. And secret isn't like the highest level classification. It's pretty low level, actually. So anyway, so that's a picture of Travis King. I don't know what he did. I heard I think from what I remember, some of the stuff I heard it was pretty bad. Oh, midnight Eastern time. Oh, that sucks for California folks. For the PACT Act. Oh well. Um, yeah. So anyway, that's that. Yeah, because I guess because DC would be on the East Coast. So yeah. So yeah, that's Travis King for you. Okay, then the next thing is this is an article I wrote that I thought was pretty cool, and I'm gonna um, go over it a little bit more. But it's this thing called the VA chatbot, which wow sounds really great. It's not ChatGPT at all. It's barely a virtual assistant, but they're working on it. They're working on it. So here's the on the website you can read the article, and if you want compliance training, click on this link. Um, and some of the limitations, which you can also read about on the Department of Veterans Affairs, but I'm going to go over it in this video um, anyway. So some of the things to expect, you can ask it some fairly basic questions. This is a reply, a conversation I had with it about my claim status. I did ask it about upcoming appointments. Can I schedule an appointment? How do I get a veteran ID? So to the upcoming appointment and scheduling an appointment, it just said you should stop by the VA's health medical whatever healthy vet or medical whatever website and gave me a link. How do I get a veteran ID? It did inform me some important stuff like all IDs are digital as of whatever year that they stopped giving out plastic ones, and you can do that online. And then it gave me the link. So that's kind of cool. And then it does have this list of limitations where it can't diagnose things for you. It's not going to give you any mental health advice. It's not going to help you with a mental health emergency, medical emergency, or personal emergency. It cannot help you sign into va.gov, although for some reason it thought I wasn't signed into va.gov, so it said, well, I'm going to redirect you to the login portal. So you can't log in through the chatbot, but if you don't log in and you want to use the service, it will redirect you to the login page. So you do have to have a va.gov account to use it, and it won't transfer you. So there's a few things there. So let's look at the chatbot because it's a pretty cool little thing. Is this promotional material for the Department of Veterans Affairs? I don't know. It's not intentionally. I just think it's a really cool thing because of this one feature. So you go to Contact Us. From the Contact Us, you click Ask Our Chatbot a Question, and then it goes to the section called Ask Our Chatbot a Question, and then you learn about our chatbot and ask a question. This is where I got all that information from. And then you start a chat. So I should still be signed in. I'm not still signed in. So that sucks. You can ask, what's the PACT Act? What's my claim status? Now, I'm going to ask anyway, even though it says I'm not signed in. I guess it's been too long since I started. Let's see what happens. Because last time it thought I wasn't signed in, but I was. And so when I clicked yes, it didn't do anything. So let's see what happens now. Sending you to the sign-in. Okay, so so it will pop up the sign-in page for you. Let me sign in really quick. cats are trying to eat each other alive in the background. So there's the VA chatbot. Okay, what is my claim status? I already sent this, but it's not gonna. Oh, it is. Okay. So it replies with a standard message, and then it starts looking for your latest update. So my claim has gone into preparation for decision as of May 15th, 2023. So the advantage of that is that on the app you get what do you get? When you check your claims history, it will tell you that's in, like mine says on the VA app, it says that it is in the evidence gathering, review, and decision phase. So this is a little more specific. It's not in the evidence gathering, it's not in the review anymore, it's in the decision. Oh, well, shit. Can you just talk to me? Because I don't see that until later. Okay. I know you're trying to like increase the stats on the video, but there's like no one's watching, babe. No one's watching. This is just us here. This is all, you know, preliminary stuff. So anyway, so after I signed in, it redirected me back to this page, and then it started answering what it's my claim status stuff, and then it gave me these two messages, and I had to wait a little while, and then it showed me this. And this is the information that's just slightly better than the app. You can get this from going to your profile, but I feel like this is a little faster. And then you can ask it other questions too, like what's the PACT Act. But then you gotta clear out these things. What 5 stars? Would you like to ask another question? Yes. Okay. What's the PACT Act? Why don't we find out what's the PACT? Let's see how it answers that. Yeah, so it's real just general information. So the only real personal ones are, where's my decision letter? What is my claim status? Is there an update on my appeal? Which I think is pretty cool and useful. If you are dealing with the disability claim and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, then at least this will shed a little more light on where you're at. I think calling them would probably even get you more information, but I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. But I think the best group of people that help with VA claims is on this Facebook group, which I believe I have censored so I don't reveal anyone's personal information. Yeah. So if you have a Facebook, I'm not an admin or moderator of this Facebook, but there's 103,000 members, and some of the members are former VA raiders, employees. Some are, you know, mostly everyone's a veteran that have done their own struggles and stuff. And there's VSOs, people that are part of VSO veteran service organizations in there, and they're very quick to answer questions. You can search through previous group discussions to see if your question's already been answered, and you can see how long it's taken other people to deal with their claims. So join VA Comp and Pension Claims. It's facebook.com/group/VA Comp and Pension Claims. I link to them on vets.com quite often, just because they're a solid group. You can also join us, U.S. Veterans, on Facebook, which I have a link to on vets.com. But we have like a couple hundred members, so you can also come down here and just join us through this Facebook link. Let's see. And then the final thing, I thought it was kind of a couple of stats about the PACT Act since we talked about it so much. It's a $280 billion expansion of medical coverage. That's huge. And then since now, I don't know if it doesn't actually say if this is since, but it does say it's for the PACT Act benefits. They've recorded 843,448 applications and have processed 458,659. So I am part of this number, but not part of this number. Anyway, so if you're wondering, maybe you are one of the people that are waiting. If you're wondering what's taking so long, well, there you go. They got a lot to go through, and I think with this, probably with this last push, because it's the last 24 hours that people are going to be able to have back pay rated all the way back to August 10th. There'll probably be tens of thousands of more tomorrow. And if you're somebody that's been kind of going like, I don't know what to do, like I don't know what this PACT Act thing means, if it's for me, just file an intent. Just do an intent to file. Do it before the end of the day tomorrow. And if you have symptoms and you go to the VA for them, just go do an intent to file. And if at the end of 3 months you're like, yeah, actually, I didn't find anything that really is going to make sense or really be connected to that, it'll expire. But at least you were ready for if something comes up and you're like, okay. So anyway, that's going to do it for this edition of Ask a Specialist. I might change the name of this. I don't know, since there's no questions. Since there's nobody in chat, maybe I'll return to Ask a Specialist one. It would probably be better to have a clearer title of like what's actually going on here. Well, anyway, so if you have any comments about what you think the name of the stream should be besides like Snooze Fest, go ahead and leave them in the comments section. I think that's about it. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, and if you stop by Vets, if you found us through Vets.com, also let me know in the comments, because I'd like to know, who we're reaching, and if it's, if this is something that interests people that stop by the website. All right, thanks. Have a good night.